Hey guys, so today we're going on a little bit of a ride. The purpose of this ride is I'm trying to calibrate the speedo on this here VNA. We're going to go with the VNA and the GT 200, which is a little bit of a weird combination, but should be a fun ride regardless. As I said earlier, we're trying to calibrate speedos, so that is the reason why I have that funny thing cable tied to the handlebar over there. What that is it's a data logger, so it uses triangulation through GPS satellites and basically logs all of my telemetry, my speed, how fast I'm accelerating, etc, etc, and then Bluetooth it through to my phone so that I can examine it later. How great is it to have technology? The bike that I'm riding is a VNA. It's a 1958 model, and as you can see from the way that we're riding, it is in no way, shape or form standard. It has pretty short gearing, so it will lift the front wheel quite easily, as you can see here. It's pretty aggressive. It still has its 3-speed box, but if you just get on the throttle too hard, it pops the front wheel right up. It's got a Penasco 2-port 177 and it breathes through a 26 SI carb, which is a bit of a different setup to what this bike would have come with. It would have had a piston ported setup with a very specialized carb, and I have the original setup. It's incredibly scarce to find parts for and all that sort of stuff, and even though I did get it running, I don't want to damage it. But I'm pretty happy with this motor. As you can see, the bike pulls really well. We sort of got to about 85 odd k's an hour over there in third. I think there was probably a little bit left over. I'm just busy checking the speed over there on my watch just to confirm what speed we're doing. Anything faster than that and I think that you would pretty much be out of bounds with what is comfortable on an 8-inch, because they feel the bumps and the ruts and all that sort of stuff a little bit more than most other bikes. You can see in the mirror over there, we don't exactly pull away from the GT 200, which is to be expected. The GT is pretty quick. It's a much more modern, more civilized way of riding, even though that one in particular is far from stock. It is also far from a road bike. It is my adventure bike. It's got knobbly tires, fancy suspension, and it's not really a street bike. But both of these Vespas perform extremely well, and they will both be going this weekend on a ride to commemorate the 80th anniversary of Vespa. So in a minute I'm actually going to swap the cameras over here so that you can get a bit of an idea of what the classic feels like in comparison to the modern. So I'm just quickly unscrewing it off the tripod over here, moving it over, shifting it onto the GT, and screwing it straight down onto the 1/4 thread mount on the handlebars in the GT. As easy as that. It's quite insane to think that 80 years ago, in 1946, the first Vespa came out. Then 12 years later, this little VNA was the production model. And then you fast forward on another 40 years later and you're on this GT that we're riding now, and that's the difference between the bikes. And then you look at the modern GTSs, the 310s and things, and it's just, there's such a crazy amount of technology involved in these bikes, and it's such a well thought out design. So we're really excited to be doing the 80th anniversary run this Sunday, which is going to be on the 28th of June 2026. If you're watching this in the future, then I'm very sorry, but you have missed it. But there will always be rides out, and we'll always welcome anybody on a Vespa to come and ride with us. We do rides quite often, but this one's going to be a special one. But I'm pretty happy with that little test run. I've got all the data that I need to sort out the speedo. The two bikes are running really well. They're both ready for the ride on Sunday. And this was just a little video to, I guess, to get you guys excited, to bait you. Come ride with us. We're going to have loads and loads of fun. There's going to be plenty bikes. We're not entirely sure on the numbers, but we think it's going to be pretty well supported. And it's all in the name of Vespa. So we hope to see you there. We hope that there are loads of Vespas, and if we don't see you there, we will see you on another day. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.